All right, well, welcome everybody back to the Progressive Auto Sales Arena. I'm David Burrows, and of course, my reliable and knowledgeable and very witty co-host,
You,
Connor Burke.
you buttering me up for something?
No, not at
Thank you very
all.
much. Hello.
Right, and we're here
Good to
from
see you all.
the Hughes Intelligence Canada Hockey Suite, and this is going to be an exciting game here, Connor. Lots on the line. And
Packed
I
stadium.
know it playing against your favorite team, the London Knights.
The arch nemesis is here. They're in the building
Right?
after a big win from Dale Hunter, actually.
Yeah,
Last night or 2 nights ago, anyway.
yeah.
1,000.
Congratulations to Dale. You know, all whatever aside,
That's a crazy achievement.
like,
I think it's only two coaches in the history of the OHL.
right. You gotta wonder. Like, I didn't check to see how old Dale Hunter is, but he's growing. Like at some point, when do you walk away? Do you
Yeah.
do it now that you've got your 1,000th game, or because you got that you just keep going? Because like, what else are you gonna do? I don't know.
As long as your body allows you to keep traveling
Right.
with the boys, it's what you love. I'm sure his wife isn't happy, but
Yeah, well, you never know. Well, it's interesting you bring up his wife. Like, you look at all the coaches, even Al Latang, his wife Christy, and wives of coaches, they really have to be a strong foundation behind or beside these, because they're like the players. There's a lot of traveling going on. There's a lot of time away from home. Like you look at Al Latang, like when he was in his younger days, he was traveling, playing throughout Europe and places like that's
the hair back then
probably
before he
yeah.
tore it all out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're here more than anyone too. So especially the coaches' wives, because they're here after the players. They're here before the players. They're
Yeah.
drawing up plays.
Yeah,
They spend a lot of time.
yeah. So kudos to the wives and the spouses, partners, whatever the term is, to the coaches out there. They don't get mentioned hardly ever at all. So we want to make sure that we do that. And congratulations again to Dale Hunter on his 1,000th win. 1,000th
That's a tough word.
win, right? And which means how many games has he been a part of? Never mind
Yeah.
1,000 wins. So that is pretty cool to see. Well, the Sarnia Sting, of course, out there getting warmed up right now for probably the biggest challenge of the year for this team has been London compared to other teams. It's been challenging all year, but this has definitely been the biggest challenge for this team. And it's really critical time right now. Connor, talk about why this is so important.
We're just on the tail end of a 3-3, and I'm surprised I see Serdicia getting another start actually. So yeah, it's so important because this is when you're pushing all your chips in. We got a good win on Friday against Guelph, back-to-back wins, and then it's just the kind of the story of the season is no consistency. We couldn't get it done against Flint last night, trailing them, but Sault Ste. Marie's hot on our heels. We'd just like to have as many points as you can. We're in the 7th position, but you're not sitting comfortably. And
it's only the top 7 that go, right?
Yeah, or top 8, right?
Or top, top 8. Sorry, and there'd be, I guess, a buy in there if it was 7,
Yeah.
right? But and the last time speaking of the Sioux, which is the last game of the season at home for the Sting, they gave there. I remember coming out in that first period, and we got the first goal on the board, and then it was like boom, boom, boom. This has just been an up and down year for this team. And, they came out really strong. I think even better than most had predicted as far as the stats were going. Young team, rebuild. Everywhere I go, people ask me about the Sting, and they say the same thing. Well, they're young and it's a rebuild. True, but that's not an allowed. Hearing from Alan Latang and the other coaches and Dylan Sika throughout the season. True. But that's not an allowable excuse.
No, gone are the days, I think, of finishing low and hoping for a good player. Like, even if you're going to the first round and you don't want to be the 8th team because you're going to end up playing London, but if whoever you're playing is going to be a powerhouse team, if you're going to go out in 4 or 5 games, it's still the experience that these young guys get.
Yeah, 100%.
Even just in those few games, and experience that these young guys get.
Yeah, 100%.
Even just in those few games, and not being okay with mediocrity, and no, we made the playoffs this year. Let's go mediocrity, and no, we made the playoffs this year. Let's go deeper next year. You don't have to stay